Hi, my name is Joan. I'm a 3L in the JD-LLM program in International and Comparative Law, and I'm from Southern California. I'm really interested in the intersection of children's rights and education, so I've really been trying throughout my law school time to take courses related to children. So for example, I was enrolled in the Children's Law Clinic for a year. I even took a reading course on the school to prison pipeline, so I thought this was a natural progression. I was also really excited about the fact that the Child Advocacy Lab would be interdisciplinary and give us an opportunity to learn from some of the professors in other schools and also work with medical students. I'm really interested in the intersection of children's rights and education, so I've really been trying throughout my law school time to take courses related to children. So for example, I was enrolled in the Children's Law Clinic for a year. I even took a reading course on the school to prison pipeline, so I thought this was a natural progression. I was also really excited about the fact that the Child Advocacy Lab would be interdisciplinary and give us an opportunity to learn from some of the professors in other schools and also work with medical students. I think I had a vague idea about how complicated the child welfare system is, but I didn't realize just how much so. And I think the class gave me an opportunity to just really look at the intricacies of the system. There are so many different actors and players, ranging from the Department of Social Services to the police department to healthcare workers like nurses and doctors and social workers within hospitals and lawyers. And I think it just really showed that a lot of issues dealing with children are so complicated and requires actors from many different disciplines and backgrounds. Being able to work with medical students is just an incredible opportunity to learn about how they think and how they approach issues related to child abuse and neglect, which is what our course was focused on. And just to be able to hear their inputs. And my group mate was a medical student in her last year, and she's interested in going into pediatrics. So even just hearing her perspectives on the needs of children was really interesting for me. I think it played a really key role in our final project. Our final group project was about bringing in the absent stakeholder, and we really wanted to make it something about centering the victim or the child at the center of these laws and policies aimed at reducing child abuse and neglect. And so with our partner who is in the medical school, she brought in the patient-centered view that they learn at their school. And so we kind of did this whole like victim-centered or child-centered method where we really wanted to have input from survivors of child abuse and neglect, so that when we do then bring in projects or services, we're able to really tailor it to the needs of the victims who are facing some of these really hard things. I think something that our professors in the Child Advocacy Lab frequently mentioned is that we're going to be lawyers who just graduated from Duke, and we're going to be at some of these decision-making tables. And I think this is going to really help me be more cognizant about who's at the table and who's absent at the table. Something that we learned was in this creation of this new child abuse and neglect law, there were key people that should have been at the table who weren't, which, for example, police department did not know that they would all of a sudden be getting reports from doctors because they didn't know this law was happening, or doctors didn't really know about these law, teachers didn't know. And so really being cognizant about who we are placing in this decision-making table and making sure that we're having input from various decision makers and also the children that we are trying to help. I think Duke should continue to have these interdisciplinary courses because I think they're a great opportunity for us to meet students from other disciplines and just share ideas. And a lot of these problems are, I think, quote-unquote wicked problems that really require solutions from not just lawyers, but many different disciplines.